What's good, Black family? It's your boy Big Big. Welcome back to My Black Universe. We feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good. How are you? So yeah, then we also feel real good. Finally got this shirt. This came. It said it was delivered on the 6th. I thought USPS was gonna do like they did last time when I ordered a bunch of woodwork. I ordered like $100 worth. Only got one of the sticks because they quote delivered it, but they didn't. I think somebody was musty and they just took advantage of brother. But we got the Marathon clothing store. We got the All Money In Count Up the Loot shirt. They currently have $100,000 giveaway going on. If you purchase right now, instead of it being $50, it was 25. So we got it in. It's a 3X. So if you're wondering how big the shirt's gonna fit, you see I'm a big dude, about 280, and this is a 3X, so it fits big on me. And then we got Nubia Apparel, and I want to speak on that. So I don't know what's going on with Nubia Apparel. It is black owned for sure. This is the brother that owns it, Imhotep, Joe Richards. He owns it. Like he does all these designs. He does himself, and quality stuff, man. And this article was from 2024, March 2024, year or so, going on a year ago. Went to the site and I don't know what's going on. Still got the social medias up, so I reached out to him to see what's going on. Hadn't heard anything back yet, and I get it. You're doing apparel, especially if you don't have a big marketing budget where you can just stay in people's faces. Every day on social media, the main platform, social media, really, because that's where you really want to go. A lot of people who have gotten away from everyday news and TV and stuff like that. They just, computer, tablets, cell phones, etc., etc. So if you ain't got the budget like that, then I get it. It's kind of hard to keep things maintained, and then you got life events and you run it by yourself, which why I try to put people into contact with Pay It, formerly known as Payment. And like, man, use their working capital to your advantage. There's no credit check. I know we want our business credit to go up, but we're dealing with a dominant society, and they've seen the history of what happened when we get a little bit of money to make some things pop off. The God is Dope brand, World Envision, what I'm saying, things like that. Also, Nagash, the site is completely down. I know why. I'm gonna discuss that in a video later on. I'll probably go live for this one, family. So let me know if you want to go live. It's a lot going on with that. A lot of information I have to gather to go through and process all that, so we can just talk about it from a neutral standpoint. So, there's a lot of craziness going on, man. Like the last year when Honey Mommy closed her doors, she said, "Hey, well, not her doors, but she stepped away from her business. She's like, look, I've been doing this for 9 years. It's a lot." And yeah, if you can't get adequate funding to bring in people to help alleviate the stress and all that stuff, it becomes a lot. I'm thankful for brands like Garner's Garden is still going. Um, why am I drawing a blank? Hold on, let's see if this is still. No, not the affiliate site. I don't need affiliate. I do have an affiliate, but I want to. Black seed oil gummies. I need to order from them again. It's good for health. These are delicious. I've had these. Okay, they're still going. That is black owned. It's a black woman. I think she's Haitian, owns it, and the former rapper Loon. He's part of the team on this brand. So these are delicious. And Elder, the Black Elder. That's one. Black Elder.com. They're still going, and I'm very grateful. This sister's based out of South Carolina, and let me iPad. You got everything connected together. Put it in work mode. Phone is in work mode, so this won't ding. So your Black Elder, and also family, I'm gonna let you guys know sites like garnersgarden.com and Black Elder. They do points. You can get points. Sign up for an account so you can accumulate points. You can use that. It's kind of like you have your credit card or whatever. You accumulate the points, and when you're a little short on change, you just want to save a little bit of money. The points you accumulate, you can use it to get you, $10 off here, $20 off there, depending on how many points you accumulated. So, do take advantage of that. Take advantage of that, um, and enjoy the benefits of that. There's black-owned companies that are really trying to do and really trying to step up their game so you can have features that you get on other websites. And you just sound like, why don't for the people who, well, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? They're doing it. You're just not accessing the full features because you won't sign up. And also that helps them aggregate the numbers. It helps when they got something popping. You know what I'm saying? So I love, for me, Garner's Garden. If you're going to go with that brand, I love their body washes, fellas. Body washes are dope. You can get in unscented. You can get in lemongrass. You can get regular body wash. You can get the charcoal. Ladies, they have the. Let's go back to it real quick. Let's go back to it. They got their trio. Oh, they've changed up. Okay, they changed up the design again. Hold on, hold on. Okay, so this is like their mainstay. That's dope. He's on there, and that's one thing I love about this company. They're always improving their look. Like, how do we connect with our customers? Shout out to Phil, um, good dude, married to a black woman. I think he might be from Islands. I know he went to Carnival a couple years ago. However, I don't have anything on record of him saying nothing crazy about Foundation for Black Americans. He's just always out here promoting his brand, his business. His sister, she's a chemist, from what I was told, and she was on TikTok heavily supporting the brand and business and giving her perspective from her background and her expertise. But let's go to the body care. It's unisex body wash. Okay, so I got intimate wash for men, intimate wash for women. But the 4D body wash, this stuff is actually really good. Hyaluronic acid body wash is really good. It doesn't dry you out as much. You got the 4 ounce and you got the 16 ounce. So be prepared for this, fellas. I think if you're a single dude and you got a few of them that you mess with. I'm not promoting that per se, but I'm just saying if you're doing what you do, they come on, they want to shower up, man, and you want to sweeten the deal, make it better. Get this, but understand the difference between men and boys is the cost of their toys. All right. Now I haven't tried this scent. Citrus mint smells good. It's unscented, of course. Ginger clove is strong. The ginger is strong in that. Lemongrass is one of my favorites. Lavender, I don't like anything lavender, honestly. Brown sugar, you can barely smell it. I ain't gonna hold you. You can barely smell the brown sugar. Um, I did not get Ocean Breeze, if I'm correct, from my understanding. Yeah, I don't think I had Ocean Breeze. So yeah, dope company. They got plenty of products. They got products for kids, for men, women, and then I think they have a baby Garner, a Garner's Garden baby lineup. It's on IG. But yeah, you can get clays, haircuts, so you can do full face cleaners. They have a system. Everything's numbered. The attention to detail is top tier. So great brand. I love them. Black Elder, great brand. I love her. You know what I'm saying? You can get your sea moss. You can get the Trinity, which is the sea moss blend, bladderwrack and burdock root. You can get your elderberry tinctures. You can get your nettleberry, which is stinging nettle and elderberry blend tincture for those who got really severe allergies. Helps control that. And I haven't been taking this stuff, and I noticed my health is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But we kind of back up a little bit as far as where we are in life, and so we're gonna start adding that back to our regimen, and also getting the kids on it so they can stop being sick. Because when my son, especially my son, you got that one kid when they get sick, it's an all night affair in the emergency room, and you should be trying you can't really sleep because you can't get comfortable because every time you about to go sleep, Victor, oh, mm. He called my kid, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, come on, boy, you gotta kind of help him up and help him walk. Oh man, it's just, oh, it's a nightmare. But let's get into it, dear family. Let's get this black empowerment on. Now, I told you about that one sister. She seemed like she had like kind of like a puffy eye. This is her. Now I remember I did the 7 flavors of fleeing with her, and I think I did it on TikTok. So this is Fearless Freedom Lifestyle, and she may have a tut page separate from this. And if she does and I see it, I will bring it to you guys' attention. However, I saw this, I was like, this woman looks familiar. And so when I went to her page, I found a video that I stitched and I kind of did a back and forth with.
Breaking news: Benin has just passed a law granting Afro Americans and everyone in the African diaspora citizenship. Let's talk about it. In an effort to reconcile Benin's historical role in the transatlantic slave trade, President Patrice Talon has decided to grant everyone in the African diaspora a citizenship, and it's actually quite groundbreaking. Now, Benin is nestled between Togo and Nigeria, and it's reported that 1.5 million enslaved Africans were trafficked to the Americas during the time of the transatlantic slave trade. And so, to appease the ancestors and to reconcile Benin's historical role and complacency in the transatlantic slave trade, the president, he is making this path easy for those in the African diaspora to come back and to invest in Benin. So,
Let's look up something, family, before I say what I want to say. You reading this? Right. The Republic of Benin is 63 years old. Gained its independence from France in 1960. However, the Kingdom of Benin, which is now part of the Republic of Benin, was established in the 1200s. So the Benin that is today is not even the Benin of yester decade or yester century that would have quote slove. I mean, would quote sold some of our ancestors to white folk. Okay, so what are we coming back to? From 1200s to 17. I mean, from 1960. That's it's over 700 years. 760 years to be exact. There's so much culture change in 760 years that happens. Technology changes, medical advancements, things of that nature. So, what are we going back to? If there's been so much time from the time we were quote sold off to the time they're saying you can come back, there's no connection. That's been severed. Whatever connection that would have been has been severed. From the moment you put your fellow Benin, or what, I don't know what they be called. From the moment you did that, you started severing connections to that because languages were stripped, languages have changed, cultures were stripped, cultures have changed in two different places. So the customs and things that they're doing now in Benin are more than likely 99 out of 10, 99 times out of 10, not the same thing we're doing 760 years ago.
and it couldn't come at a better time. Here are the requirements.
And it's not lost on me that she has color contacts in. Very telling. Very telling.
You must be 18 years or older. You cannot have African citizenship in any other African country. And last,
Hmm. Mm. I'm gonna comment on that in a second.
you must provide proof that you are, in fact, a descendant of the enslaved Africans that were trafficked from anywhere in sub Saharan Africa by providing DNA tests, family history, and family documents. Those are the documents that will be accepted if you, in fact, want to gain Benin citizenship.
So you can't have any connection to any other African country, i.e., they are commanding loyalty to them. They don't want you to come in via Benin and then make your way to Nigeria or make your way to uh, uh, Congo or South Africa, or Ethiopia or Eritrea or Botswana. That's what I was thinking. It starts with B. Botswana. They don't want you going anywhere else. Like, no, we're not finna get you over here so you can go parlay with somebody else. Is that being divisive? Is that separation? Is that not separation? It's like, hey, no, if you got citizenship in Nigeria, no, you can't get citizenship here. Not for free. Not for the frisky. But we get called out, so to speak, when we say, nah, we're delineating. You're divisive. Okay. I,
Now, in terms of passport power, the Benin passport ranks 81 out of 199. So it's not the best passport in the world, but it's also not the worst passport in the world. And there are 63 countries that give Benin passport holders visa free access. And there are also a large list of countries that give Benin passport holders visa on arrival access, including the Philippines. Now, you can't use the passport to gain entry into the US or the EU. You would need a visa to enter into those countries if that was your only passport. But
hmm.
if you pair it with your United States passport and the Benin passport, it's actually quite good. And here are some of the countries that you would get visa free access to with your Benin passport: Bahamas, Barbados, Bermuda.
Places that the people, the denizens there are fleeing from. Also, places where white people are colonizing and literally forcing them off their own beaches. Did you know that you can buy citizenship in the Caribbean? If it was $100,000 a couple years ago, it's now like 300,000 plus. Like 100K could get you citizenship in the Caribbean. Now it's like 300K. And the people who got that type of liquid cash is white folk. Like they got it like that. They can do that. And guess who's getting pushed out? Native Caribbeans are getting pushed out. So when one of them's over there trying to, disrespect you, oh, look how well we're doing. Y'all doing so well that y'all letting y'all islands getting colonized. The rate they're going the next 50 years, you have white folks telling them they founded these islands, that they were the slaves. They created patois. They created saltfish and ackee. They created, you know, fried plantain and mashed plantain and all these other dishes that are native that black folk there have created. Sorry, family. My bad. They're going to whitewash that and say, yeah, we did it. Because they running over here.
Cape Verde and Cuba, which you cannot get into with your US passport, Ghana, Haiti, and Hong Kong, Nigeria, Singapore, and South Africa, just to name a few. In terms of opportunity, obviously it's a developing country. So, really, that means there's a ton of opportunities. Opportunities to buy land for very, very cheap. I'm talking about anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 US dollars. And then the opportunity to buy pre made homes or to build your home from the ground up, as well as business opportunities. So, if you're the type of person that you have the right mindset and you are looking for an out and you're looking for
Hmm.
your plan B or your plan C, this
The right mindset, fleeing mindset, looking for out, fleeing, plan B or C, not plan B, not fighting, plan C, fleeing. So if you are willing to flee or flee, this plan is for you.
actually could be a good option for you. Now, if you're interested in this opportunity, you need to contact the Benin Embassy, and I'm going to leave the information somewhere in this video, but contact them to get the details on how you would apply for citizenship. Let me know what you guys think about this opportunity in the comments, and click the link in my bio if you're a woman wanting to live, work, and travel abroad so you can join my free community. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments.
Fam, what y'all think about that? Y'all okay with fleeing? Or fleeing? Or fleeing? You okay with that?
Ciao.
Just because someone calls you illegal, that is not a thing. We have people that are undocumented.
Attorney March, let me look this woman up real quick, family. I got a feeling there's some bedwintery going on. Black female attorney. They call these women black? Not this broad. Really? Oh, they got the whole game messed up. They got the whole game messed up. That's a black woman. That's a black. You know, I don't know her first name. I didn't catch that. We'll just let it ride, family. But I feel there's some bedwintery going on. What you guys think?
We have people that have tried to go through the process, and unfortunately, because there are those that feel like it wasn't worth the investment, people historically have been waiting before COVID 6 to 7 years to try to get anywhere in the courts.
I would agree with that if there wasn't multiple videos I've shown you guys. People who are over 20 years. There's one lady, she was over 20 years. Now, one of the first videos I did based post Trump election, where she was here for 21 years. And finally, in the last 2 to 3 years, she was trying to get her paperwork right. She's been camping here illegally for 21 years. It don't take no damn 21 years to get your paperwork right.
And to be clear, undocumented folk contribute approximately $100 billion in taxes. They pay into Social Security and they don't get to draw down on it. So stop.
Be a legal citizen. Do things the right way. And then also, family, if you ever wanted to know, I was looking at this, how would an undocumented immigrant pay taxes? Because a lot of them get paid under the table. So how they get taxed? Because your taxes come out your check immediately. Before you even see your check, it come out. And even if you don't get a check, you say you're an entrepreneur and you get everything up front, you know you got to put like at least a third of your money, keep all your receipts. So when it's time to pay taxes, you pay the minimum possible. Because if you don't, they're gonna hit you over the head. If you are undocumented, if you are illegal, you got to go apply for an individual taxpayer identification number. If you ever wonder what that was for, you've seen like, what the hell is that for? This for people who don't go through the proper process. They try to skip the line and get this so they can quote pay taxes. Damn, if they don't have this, they're not paying taxes. This is how you have to have an identifier. Because now it's like, who's sending this money? That's the one thing I'll say about the U.S. Despite the grimy things they've done towards Foundation of Black Americans, to Black people, Foundation of Black Americans in particular, they make sure there's documentation everywhere. And over the years, they've had to do that more and more. That's why you send stuff electronically. They make sure they know where you was at, who you was with, who got who kid. People can't just double and triple file kids on multiple reports to give people a whole bunch of money back that they don't deserve. The U.S. government is one of the stingiest mofos when it comes to money, right? With Iron R. Shyster, which is supposed to be separated from the U.S. government, even though it works in tandem, being the most stingy. They take forever to give you your money, but let you owe them a dime. Not only do you owe them that dime, you owe them that dime plus 1,000% interest. So now that dime is $1. It's a negative dollar all of a sudden. So now if you owe them $10,000, well, okay, yeah, we're gonna need 1 million. We're gonna need about a million or two. We're gonna need all that, and we finna lock you up for 2 years minimum. So yeah, fam, you to properly do things, you have to have adequate documentation. So go through the legal process, period. Just go through the legal process, period. And you can avoid all this. And it's a whole, oh, they've been waiting for so long, 6, 7 years. You don't have to wait. Y'all been flooding the country. You have to wait in line. About 100 of your cousins are in front of you, bro. And that's just yesterday. The next day, see 100 more. The next day, and the next day, so forth and so on.
Again, allowing them to divide us and to demonize them.
Okay, I don't think she's married. Maybe she's got like taking the background. Then again, maybe she's not wearing a wedding ring. Um, yeah, but Attorney Martinez. Hold on. Let me see if I can find her on my phone, family. So bear with me. Let me see if we can find this chick. She's not the only one that goes off on Attorney Martinez. Maybe, cause I don't think that's Jasmine Crockett. I recognize Jasmine Crockett. Maybe somebody else filmed her. I'm still looking. Okay, it might be this white lady. She might have filmed her. I don't think that's Jasmine Crockett. Okay, Attorney Martinez is a white woman. Kathleen Martinez. And I got a couple clips of her. You'll see later on. I think she recorded this because that's her act. So, hmm. So yeah, this whole thing about they're contributing so much and doing this, ma'am, they're not paying. They're not doing the right thing. They're not properly being vetted. They're not going through the system the way they need to. And the ones that are, yeah, it's backed up because you got 100 of you and your cousins and them trying to bum rush the U.S. and get up in here so you can get away from the cartel, so you can get away from the Venezuelan mafia and all these other degenerate groups that are in your countries, your homelands that you refuse to fix up. Let's move that.
Not fucking today, Icy. I'm walking on a fucking block. Officers pull up on me, skirt. I'm thinking it's the regular 12 is Icy. They're like, yo, you a Dominican immigrant? I said, first of all, you can't even be asking people shit like that, you heard? Y'all gotta have some rules to this shit. And no, I'm not Dominican. They was dead about to put me in the back of the feet, thought I was Dominican. I had the dad telling niggas, yo, I ain't never had my uncle before, and I ain't never down with a Romeo Santos song ever. That's the only shit that made them niggas jump back in that V and skirt off, you heard? They dead
Look at his goddamn hair, family.
you heard it?
So I had to go to the comments. This is what I do. I had to go to the comments. They saw the Dominican blowout and said we got one. I know Dominican, I black. That's hilarious. I know Dominican, I black. I black. That Dominican perm though. So yeah, family, you got your hair looking a hot mess, bruh. You kind of brought that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You brought the heat to yourself unnecessarily. So yeah, I think that's hilarious. I know Dominican, I black.
Nah, y'all know my stance. Obviously, I don't support nobody coming here illegally, but I'm not just in favor of. I think the economy dies without real immigration. It dies. You need people to come here. Just so you guys know, America, you guys get all the best shit. All the best doctors in the world come here to get paid the most. All the best engineers in the world come here to get paid the most. Yeah, like if one country in the world should like legal immigration, it should be America. Y'all get the best shit. And if you go to the other countries and you see all their best people leave, they come here.
Yeah, they flee here. I don't disagree with what he said with the legal immigration. Now, does it help us in the long run? No, it don't help foundational Black Americans. However, if you come here legally, you get through the process. You get through the process. It is what it is. I do think, and I harped on the last time, we need to take advantage of all these illegals being moved out of the way. Take advantage, young men getting these construction positions. You ain't got to stay in there. You can be a helper for now. You be a helper. I want to do HVAC. Okay, you be a helper as HVAC. You got to start as a helper. My dad journeyman plumber. He started as a helper. You start as a helper. You go to school. Once you get enough hours of working out, things like 4,000 hours of working hours, then and you do the end of schooling, then it's you can apply for a journeyman license, and then you're a journeyman. Journeyman to I don't know what the other steps. I know it's journeyman, and I know there's master plumber. I don't know if there's anything in between. Unfortunately, my dad was hurt before he could venture into that, and it took him away from his trade. But yeah, no, okay. If you come here legally and you go through the process and you get the proper paperwork and you good, hey, it is what it is. I can't stop that. Thank you for going through the process. Because now you get taxed like I get taxed, and your money comes back into the country like my money comes back into the country. But all you trying to, circumvent the system and just get here and stay here and camp for 20 years, no, you got to go. I don't care if you're trying to camp for 20 days, you got to go.
Word. So like it is kind of weird to me when people like hate even like any kind of immigration. I'm like, bro, you have no idea how much value there is in those people being in the university studying, like learn.
Uh, there's more value if United States would do right by foundational Black Americans, they'd have more people running here because what we would have built up, what we had popping. I was talking to a brother the other day, and he was talking about how I don't know the ethnicity or the background of the people who he's working with, but just the way we think. He's talking about how they spent so much money on trying to get certain type of cameras and this, that, and other. He's like, for like 1/10 of what you spent, I could have got you a better setup that's dedicated to what you're asking me. And we also could have put this group that's a part of this organization to work because they're already in house. It gives them credit while also minimizes the labor force or the amount you got to spend for labor because they're currently students. The way we think and the way we operate, we try to make things streamlined and work more efficiently. Other groups try to find a way to flee and tag themselves to us, attach themselves or tether themselves to us and take advantage. And yeah, we cool on that. So I hear what he's saying. However, if we had what we needed, this country would be be much better, even without the immigrant influx.
Like how much we developed as a world because the geniuses all came here and fucking started doing genius things together. Feel me?
Mm.
And another thing, to those of you saying, I can't believe you all are ending friendships, relationships, and even marriages over an election, honey, please. I come from a long line of ancestors that stood on business. My mama didn't speak to my uncle for at least 12 years because he reneged at a game of spades back in '88. Cost her $3. So you know I'm standing on business right now. You are costing people rights. People will be deported. The education system will be gone. And you are acting like...
No, education system will not be gone. They're just getting people who are taking advantage of it that do not, who are literally just taking advantage of it and not doing things properly. And I'm harping on this. Fam, what they tell us, don't do the crime and you won't do the time. They would tell us all that. These same groups also tell us, oh, how lazy we are, how privileged we are while using our tax dollars in the form of EBT, TANF, or whatever, and living their best lives. They don't get told no at the dealerships. They get to have perfect credit. They come up there, whatever credit they had in their country, it don't matter. They get wiped away clean. They get to come here, perfect credit score. So that's why they. I used to buy into, especially as a young man, buy into. Oh, we just need to do better. The Latinos, they come together, they do it. Man, now that we are grown, a lot of us, and we're saying, wait a minute, they get subsidized into these lifestyles so they can maintain. And then think about it. You got 2, 3 families, 4, 5 families, always receiving subsidies, and y'all all in one house. Of course, y'all can stack heavy. Y'all got to make it work. This is your one chance to not have to deal with the cartels and all those other groups that you don't want to deal with. So,
Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Honey, you weren't paying attention to your partners at the table. You weren't paying attention to the cards that were being played. You weren't paying attention to the cards in your own hand. And you're wondering why we're upset. Go on somewhere with that, okay? You have really, really set us back, and you all are not getting it. And that's okay because we have gotten up from the table. We're not playing with you no more.
I always said back. I want somebody to comment, below. How is America set back from this?
We're going to the house.
Fine, go.
Okay, this is how Trader Joe's keeps his prices so low. So they'll find a guy who has his family recipe. Let's say it's like a bundt cake, right? And they're like, we love your bundt cake. We'd love to sign you on exclusively. Here's a lucrative 1-year contract, right? Like the IP is ours now. The intellectual property is ours for this year. Then after a year, they're like, no, we're not signing you on again, but the IP is still ours. Like, you didn't read the fine print. This bundt cake that has been in your family for years is now ours. Product of Trader Joe's LLC, Limited Liability Corporation, right? And that's how we get a delicious bundt cake that was stolen from a family for like $5.99. Capitalism.
We call it white supremacy. Wally Amos. Anybody? Famous Amos Cookies. He can't even use that name. He can't use his own name on his product. Till this day. To this day, he can't use his own name on his product. That's why I push for us that are independent to be supported. Like, what I'm saying? Support the ones that are dope, that are quality and consistent. I'm like, yo, here, in your face. Support them. Support them so they don't sign no contract. Okay, sign a contract and it's something that's into perpetuity. That's it. That's it.
I laugh when motherfuckers say, don't you have any pride? Man, growing up, motherfuckers laughed at me because I didn't speak Spanish good. Talk shit because I was white. It's like my mom was born in Mexico. She came here. She worked in the fields. My tias worked in the fields. My tios worked in the fields. My abuelita worked in the fields. I represent what the fuck they came here for. I'll be damned if I fucking don't stand on my 10 toes and represent my motherfucking flag. The flag that I fucking fought for, went to war for, served with Mexicans, Asians, blacks, all died for that motherfucking flag. If you want to be part of this country and you're fucking protesting, wave that motherfucking American flag.
More infighting, I see. What did he say wrong, though? What did he say wrong? How is he out of pocket for what he's saying? Hey, look, y'all talking about y'all want to be part of this country, but the flag they're waving, and especially in Dallas, cutting off highways and stuff, protesting, stalling traffic, is the Mexican flag. And then there's another clip I found. This one dude was like, "Man, for those you idiots that burned the American flag, you just made it worse for us." He's right. If you was not watching Black Alpha Network's live last night, this is Wednesday the 5th. It was that's what they did. They burned the American flag. The news like, oh, that's that lets me know you with the cartel. People don't think, and that's the vitriol and the vitriol and the venom they have for America. It's like, yeah, we want to be Mexican pride, but we want to have America's creature comforts, if you will. We want America's culture, but in Mexico. That makes sense. We want what America has and established on the backs of the foundation of Black Americans, but we want that in Mexico. But since we can't get that in Mexico, we're here. But we have a secret resentment for America while we're here.
So all this anti-immigration talk now is turning into racist attacks by Karens and male Karens, going after people who speak Spanish or just Latin people in general in places, demeaning them and putting us down. Film everything. That's our weapon. Film it all and help each other. And don't let anybody put anybody else down.
Why does that sound familiar? Why does that sound familiar, family? Am I bugging? Or does that sound like literally copying us? When we had getting our foots put on, when we get kneeled on, literally get knees put on our necks, film, catch it on film, get the names, get a license plate, get something, get some type of identifier. so we can bring that ass to justice. They ain't got no original ideas. But how about this, John? Like Wazamo. They come here legally.
We have to unite. We're 70 million legal American citizens. We can make a difference.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. This is why I down this clip. First, it's we can help each other, i.e., the brown people, quote brown. We're gonna film. Where did 70 million Americans come? Who's including that? Who's including that number?
And help every single one of us. We can hold hands, brothers and sisters, and fight this plague.
I know he ain't talking about us. The Mayates, I know he's not talking about us. We're lazy. You know, they came over here with $2. How come we couldn't make it? Yeah.
I found out last night that as long as you live in Arizona, you can get certified in any field for free. The site literally said everyone can apply and everyone is accepted. I'm like, what? Arizona? And I mean like any field. Public safety, healthcare, tech, construction. And that's just to name a few. I'm looking at the site like, Arizona? You sure? Now y'all know I ain't no gatekeeper, so let's go ahead and get into it. Maricopa College has decided to provide free training and certifications to all residents of Arizona. Some of these certifications only take a few weeks to get. They have so many grants and scholarships available to y'all that it is unbelievable. Now, there's a lot to go over, so I'm not going to read it to you.
Family, if you're in Arizona, you got a young black man, young black woman, find them something. If you need to level up and get you some money up, applied technology, applied sciences, that's where you want to be. Especially if you want to work with your hands. I have a associates in applied sciences for biomedical equipment technology. That can get you. It has the possibility or the capability of getting you into the imaging side of things. You can go to school for imaging, but you can get to that. We need automotive engine repair. We need the automotive stuff. We most definitely need it in our community. There's a lot of single mothers who don't know how to take care of cars. There's a lot of married women who don't know how to take care of cars. There's a lot of girlfriends who don't know how to take care of cars. Fiancés too. Y'all are hell on vehicles. If it ain't gas and going, y'all hell. Even then, y'all don't halfway put gas in. They ride around on happy E all day. Ain't changed the oil in 3 months, past due date. So get into that. Get your babies into that, especially if you're in Arizona. All right, make that work.
However, please take the time to look at this list. You could become a mechanic. You could get your HVAC, like legal service.
HVAC works everywhere. I don't know what, I don't know about Alaska, but low 48, you need HVAC. You can take that anywhere. You can start out somewhere, 4 or 5 years, get your license, journeyman, start getting your rank up. Your skill set is on point. You're competent. Take that somewhere else. Move in a nice area if you want to, a nicer state.
Business, entrepreneurialism, and management. That wasn't even the full list. Look at everything that they offer.
This right here, Cisco, especially for free. Take advantage of that. If you're trying to get into tech, Cisco, that's networking. They create the network buses where you connect all your cables. I don't have a Cat 6 cable. I don't have one near me. Cat 5, Cat 6. But it looks like, for those of us who, oh God, I'm telling my age. It looks like a giant telephone jack cable. But that's a Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable. They got Cat 8 cables out now. I didn't know they had those out. I really want to get one to see the data throughput, especially if you have high-speed internet. That's got to be amazing. That's got to be beautiful. You got Linux down there, iOS app development. So if you try to get into that, Amazon Web Services Cloud Practitioner, that's good money. Now these, if you're competent, you get in there, you do your thing, you get your skill set up, you can probably make $100,000 out the gate with these. I would reach out to our brother Henri Davis, Textual Chatter. on YouTube. Go to his channel and ask him about it. He can probably give you further information. He does do consulting, paid consulting. I've used his services before. Try to get into tech. It's a pain in the butt. Sometimes try to get into it, but once you get into it, man, you can navigate, move around, and make as much money as you can. As long as you're competent and you got a good skill set and you're constantly growing.
In tech. The list just keeps going. Now, when I saw this list for health sciences, my jaw hit the floor because they're getting y'all into nursing for free. Like, look at the list, y'all. Look at this list.
Operating room nursing. I don't know much about that one. But yeah, you black, you in Arizona. Probably because you're chasing your Becky or Ricardo. Make sure you getting your money up. Make sure you get your certificate, start working, start networking so you can move around and get into what you need to. They got EMTs on there and everything. So family, make the most of every opportunity. Get your money up. Get yourself established. While we got the tethers getting pushed out of the way and we're trying to get ourselves reestablished, take advantage of every opportunity that's put in front of you. Don't wait. All right, because Trump can't run no more. He can't run no more. Take advantage. So when his term is up, we as a whole, at least a core group of us, are up and ascending to the next level.
Then they went the extra mile by providing STEM certifications as well as visual and performing arts.
Semiconductor manufacturing, that is like Texas Instruments. I worked at Texas Instruments before. It's a monotonous job. However, I would say this: if you get in there, especially on the engineering side, you should make really good money. Really good money. And when I say I worked there, I'm talking about the fabrication side of it. Literally, the wafers come in, we get dies, put them in the machines. The machines kind of like giant arcade machines. You walk on the floor. When you go in the place we would go into, we don't have to be half smocked up. I.e., you had on pants, you had on booties. Your smock came down, it draped down. It wasn't a full body suit. You go through the wind shower, it blows all the dust and particles off you. Walk through there, you put on your mask and your hood, cover up the beard with the nets. Then you put on your head piece. Then you put on the body piece. Down. Put on your booties, your gloves. Gloves, headpiece. I'll make sure it's been forever. This has been since me and my wife. We 08. I was there. As far our oldest was born, so I want to say 2010. So about 15 years ago. So nets, gloves, headpiece, which is like a ninja headpiece. It covered the head, and it was and it smelled terrible because you couldn't have any dyes or perfumes because that stuff there's particulate with that. There's molecule sized. It's like the smell that comes that you get in your nose are molecules. You can't have none of that. Anything like that, no. So you can't wear no cologne, no perfume, just regular deodorant, regular, preferably non-scented. You got a pair of shoes that you kept at work, and a pair of shoes you walked out the building with. So, yeah, nets, no gloves, no, it's nets, gloves, headpiece, over smock, then a second set of gloves. And then, if you had glasses, you put your glasses back on after that. And goggles. You walk in there, where was that? We get your order, you get a tray of wafers. It'd be up to 12 wafers. You take it, you transfer it from the carrier it was in to a hard carrier. Usually it was some type of polymer. It was hardened. It allows enough room for the arm to go up underneath it and catch it. You make sure you put it in the right way, because if you don't and it's cocked, that arm does not play. It go in there, boom, You crack a wafer, that's easily $100,000, $200,000 gone on you. So you go in there, you make sure you gently do it because you too much force, you break the wafers. Remember, this was sand, this was silicon that was hardened and become sand to and purified to the point where you could turn it to chips. You put in the machine engraves out all the layers that needs to go out of it to create the chip that's going to be later fabricated more. That's going to get cut into pieces, and then get all the little prongs that come out of it, and then you put it on a motherboard. So I worked in that area. Then I went over to the area where we do the acid bath. So you take it, you go in there, and you put it into it's chemical resistant plastics, real pliable. So you have to be careful. And part of the reason why it was like that is because of the heat from the chemicals that you have to put in, because they get shaved down on the backside. Because when they come to us, when in the other fabrication area, they're pretty thick still, and they go to another one, they get wafer thin, like they get this thin. That's where you get your chip sizes. You do that, and sometimes you have to be careful. You have to kind of like learn how to use your fingers, finesse your hands and fingers, stuff like that, to gently get the wafers out. Because you didn't careful, it's so thin, it snaps like literally like a wafer. Like the wafer you get, you can snap in one hand. It'd be like that, man. It's intense because you have to have so much care, but you can make pretty good money. You know what I'm saying? I was able to take care of me and my wife for the longest time doing that, and it was $11 an hour back then. But because we worked 12-hour days, you get paid $8. You get paid 8 hours regular time, then 4 hours time and a half. And it was 3 days 1 week, 4 days the next. 3 days 1 week, 4 days the next. And nobody had weekends off. You never had a full weekend off, unless you was like higher up where you were salary. But yeah, look at it, man. Your kid want to get into something like that, man. We need that. We need somebody who knows about chips and stuff like that. So if you want to create your own silicon, design your own things, you got somebody that knows how to do it, knows how to set up a facility for you. We're gonna, we'll need that. We need to think of these things. The boring, like Jason Black says, the boring jobs are the ones that pay the best because nobody wants to do them. Get your kid into these boring jobs. They can still have their passion. They still do music. I got music. I had a single coming out February 10th. But my passion don't pay none of my bills and it don't feed my kids. All right?
And like I said, it's free to apply and everyone is accepted. You just gotta live in Arizona.
Take advantage, family. Ain't no excuses. No more excuses.
Everyone is looking at the white man, but no one is looking at the white woman. How was the most protected person in the world able to convince the least protected person in the world that we had the same problems? One of the biggest beneficiaries of DEI initiatives is white women. After that is LGBTQ. So then now, why are Black people up in arms about policy that wasn't ever designed to help us in the first place?
Affirmative action. Affirmative action, because there's always this trick language and all these programs they want to present to us. Anytime they're presenting to us, family, understand they've already got the fix in there. They just need us to co-sign it and agree with it. So when it happens, we say, hey, we're not getting none of that. Well, we're giving it to minorities all because you're the last ones on the list. We can't help that. And if we just so happen to run out right when we get to your table, we run out. Quote, we're not, we got extra, but we run out. We get to your table. You signed up for this. You agreed to it.
You can pay your rent one time and it pays for the whole year. And the rent can be like $2,000. I mean, some people pay less, some people pay more. Meanwhile, we're over here paying thousands per month. There's no such thing as a credit score. Also, when you're trying to get a place to rent, you don't have to prove that you make 3 times the rent. Oh my gosh. You guys.
Here's my problem with all that. They are not over there themselves in Ghana. Most of them are coming here. Ghana, Nigeria, all these places they're talking about, oh, the rent is cheaper, the air, Rotimi, breathing the non-racist air, but you over here in America breathing in the very racist air. doing business deals in America with the racist air. Just, but the money's good. The opportunities are plentiful. So shut that up, man. Don't let anybody sell you the Wakanda package, family. Tell them no. If it's so great, how come you're here telling me about there instead of you being there telling me about there? Wherever there is, Benin, Ghana, Nigeria, Botswana, Eritrea, Ethiopia, South Africa, Madagascar, Morocco, Sudan, South Sudan. If they're not there telling you about there, like, hey, I'm here, don't let them sell you what kind of package, because that's somebody trying to trick you out your spot. And with that being said, family, real quick, I told you I'll show you these. Even though I can't, the site's not up. I'll just show you. This is my first hat I bought from him. It was brighter. I tried to wash it. Don't do that. Have it dry clean. But you can see detail. You see, it's still shining and glistening. I'm gonna say it's about 3 to 4 years old. It's 3 to 4 years in my possession. Nubia Apparel, and yes, these are size 8 fitted hats. I'm gonna do all my fitted hats first. See the quality. Got a little bit of dust on this one. Fire. Embroidered. This is actually my favorite one, as you can see. You know why it's my favorite one. Just dope designs. He drew these himself. And now we can get to snapbacks. All right, this is segment. I don't remember all the names of all these hats. I know this is segment. You guys saw this in another video. Got the line on it. This one has the bull. And this is a dad hat style. It's not a snapback. Has a little strap with the little clamp on it. Attention detail. So if you got a smaller head, this opening goes inside of here. So let's say you got a smaller head, you don't want this hanging out flap. You can make it sleek. And this is, like I said, dad style hat. The way it slopes down in the back. I wore this before, with some black and gold. Quality. Just quality. So I don't know, family. Maybe he sees this video. Hopefully, he reached out to me, let me know what's going on. Or not necessarily let what's going on. Like, hey, I'm back up. Had to get some things, whatever, so we can support. If you want these type of things, you know what I'm saying? The shirts are just as beautiful and just as nice. The sweaters and stuff, it's going to cost a little bit of bread, but you're getting quality. You're getting what you pay for. And with that being said, Black family, hey, I thank you. Thank y'all. For real. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Man. One day I'm going to talk about everything that I went through from August to now and try to give you guys Reader's Digest version. I don't want to make this long winded, story. But thank you guys so much for rocking with your boy. Even when YouTube is punishing me, putting me on punishment financially, y'all still rock me, still supporting the channel so I keep the views up, the watch time hours up. Um, super grateful. Super grateful. So with that being said, peace and black empowerment. And if you were looking for any of the clones, I have them in the cards in my last video, and I have some in the description and some also in the comments. So if you want to go check those out, please do so, and we'll chop it up in the next video.